This video will show you how to play the Rep Decks Orchestral Series game, Rep Recalling the Score. Rep Recalling the Score is a game in which two or more players take turns trying to correctly identify the title, composer, and the first instrument from the original score that plays the exact musical notes quoted on a card. You collect the card every time you get an answer right. You win the game by collecting the most cards. Before you begin, you'll want to make a few gameplay choices. Since the game calls for players to identify the title of a piece and its composer, you'll want to decide on how much information constitutes a complete and acceptable answer. For instance, will players have to state the composer's first and last name? Will the full title of the musical work have to be given, or just its colloquial abbreviation? Will players have to identify the movement the music on the card is from? You also want to decide on how much time a player has to give their final answer and how time will be kept. Once you've agreed on these matters, play may begin. Shuffle the cards and place them face down in the center of the table. The player with the nearest upcoming birthday begins by drawing a card from the top of the deck. If they attempt to identify the excerpt and its instrumentation, they must reveal the card to all other players to get confirmation that their answer is correct. If their answer is correct, they keep the card and the game continues clockwise to the next player. If a player attempts to identify the excerpt, but gives an answer that is deemed to be incorrect or incomplete, they put the card face down in the discard pile. If a player decides not to make an attempt at identifying an excerpt and its instrumentation, or they run out of time, they do not show the card to anyone before placing it face down in the discard pile. Play then continues clockwise as usual. Players compete in this manner until there are no more cards in the deck. When that happens, the player with the most cards wins. And that's how you play Rep Recalling the Score. If you have a player in your group who constantly tries to bend rules and find loopholes in order to win, consider having the Orchestral Series game manual webpage loaded on your phone. The written instructions are a little more comprehensive and may be able to curtail some of that behavior. The Orchestral Series games manual and answer keys are available for free at amosmusicalcircle.com.